Good day, my friends. Atomic Mass Games coming out of the gate strong with Ministravaganza. Let's talk about it. All right, so check it out. First day of Ministravaganza was yesterday, and we are getting some very cool stuff coming for Legion in the form of battle forces. What you see here is the first one we'll take a look at, and that is the 501st Legion for the Clone Wars era. We are getting a bunch, and we'll talk about them all a little bit. But in this box, it's interesting. First of all, let's talk about the art. Holy cow, it's amazing. You got the ATRTs here, you got the battle droids, you got the ARC troopers, you got clones, Anakin deflecting some stuff here. It's really cool. So this is one of the five, I believe, that were announced. Let's take a look at the back box. In the back, you get so in this army, it'd be 149. I believe all the battle boxes are going to be about 150 bucks. Now, you're going to get in this particular box, you get your ATRT, you get 2 units of Phase 2 clone troopers. So, all you folks that are having a hard time getting Phase 2s, here you go. You get 3 units of ARC troopers, you get Anakin, and you get the new Battleforce command cards. Now, you don't have to buy these boxes to get the command cards that are going to be specific to these forces because they are going to be print and play. So you can print your own off and laminate them or whatever it is you do for the print and play stuff. That's what I do personally. But if you do buy these boxes, you get the added bonus of getting the the nice cards with the card backs and everything specific to these forces. So that's the 501. What I find interesting, though, is they don't appear, at least so far, to be new sculpts. They're existing sculpts. So what I think here is obviously this is a play to get new players a fairly consistent army right out of the gate. For those of us that have been in the hobby, at least the Legion side of the hobby, for a while, you may actually have a bunch of these models already, especially something like Anakin or maybe some of the others that we're going to take a look at. You probably have those models already, but overall, it's a great start. And, even if you get a duplicate Anakin, you get you get 5 units here, and you get another ATRT, which is a great add. So let's take a look at the next one, and that's going to be Blizzard Force. So we got our box front here. You'll notice right out of the gate, like I did, you got Vader, and you got an AT-AT here in the background. Now, I think it's going to be far-fetched for Legion to see an AT-AT or an AT-AT. It's just too big. Just too big. I mean, the only way I can see this happening is if it's like some big crazy story event where you have like an AT-AT versus an entire other army because it's just the way it is. But the model's too big. But let's take a look and see what the Blizzard Force gives us. So in the Blizzard Force pack, we're going to get an ATST, which is awesome. We're going to get 3 units of Snow Troopers, 2 units of the Speeder Bikes, and we're going to get the Darth Vader. Now, again, this is the Darth Vader, the same sculpt that comes in the core starter box. And these aren't new sculpts. It's the same speeder bikes you get in the starter box, and all this is the same stuff. But again, you get your unique Blizzard Force cards there, and it's a great little starter. I mean, that's 3 core. Your commander, you got a heavy, and you got a special, or not a specialist, my goodness, the speeder bikes, and it's a great start. I'll probably pick this one up. I mean, I have Vader already, obviously, in the core box, but the Empire is something that I haven't really super collected, and Blizz Force is one I've been super excited about. So personally, I'll probably pick this up because that'll give me, my Snow Troopers. That'll give me 3 units of speeder bikes because like one came in the starter box. I'll get a duplicate Darth Vader to play around with as far as maybe a kit bash or you know, an alternate paid scheme or something like that. So let's take a look at the next one. Next one is Echo Base, which is, you know, the Rebel version of Hoth. And again, it's pretty cool. You get this one seems to be what I would think is like one of the bigger packs as far as overall aesthetic, right? You get your laser cannon team. Now, the one thing I think that might have been an opportunity here is maybe one less unit of Tauntaun riders, and maybe, you know, you could either substitute the laser cannon and one Tauntaun riders for maybe the snow speeder, the T-47. But I can see why they didn't do that. I mean, that would have been huge. But in this box, you get 4 characters. You get Chewie, Leia, C3PO, and R2D2. Now, the cool thing about this is, as you all may or may not know, the only way to currently get C3PO and R2D2 is to buy the little escape pod terrain pack. And that gives you the escape pod and some cards surrounding the escape pod for scenarios and whatnot. And then you get C3PO and R2D2. But if you get them here, you don't have to worry about that cargo pod, and you know that may be another alternative way for you to get these models without having to spend I think it's $50 to get them in their current form as far as an individual pack goes. But you get 4 units of Rebel veterans with the heavy cannon there. You get two sets of Tauntaun riders. You get Leia, Chewie, C-3PO, R2-D2, and you get the laser cannon. That's a pretty beefy box. And although I am a Rebel player and I have all those characters already, I may go ahead and pick this up again just because, I mean, holy smokes, Rebel veterans, 4 units of Rebel veterans, that's crazy sauce. I think that's a great box. And then finally, we're going to get the Separatists. Now, the Separatists are interesting because it's just like a generic Separatist. It's not themed like you would expect from like episode 1, right? Or this is more, I mean, almost more Clone Wars-ish era. And you get, obviously you're going to get Grievous because it's based on the front of the box there. But this is the one where you get the big boy. You get an AAT in this box. You get 4 droidicas. You get 24 battle droids. And where it changes up a bit from episode 1 to something else is you get Grievous and his Magna Guard, which is more kind of episode 2-ish type of stuff. But at any rate, for Separatists, that's a lot of models. That's, I mean, wow. And the Magna Guard is fairly new as well. So that's a pretty beefy box. And again, these are all $150 and they all come with their unique cards and everything. So, you know, I think this is going to be a great starter box for anybody that wants a specific force. Now, the one thing to bear in mind is these sets will not come with the range rulers, the movement tokens, the dice. So if you were to buy these boxes, you still need to get those other components for you to be able to play the game. These are models and force-specific cards only. It doesn't come with any of the core infrastructure that you need to play the game. So bear that in mind. But still, it's a ton of models, and it's a great starter box for any other armies. We also got to take a look at this guy. We got IG Series Assassin Droid. Now, looking at the box, you would think you're only getting 1. But surprise, surprise, if we take a look here, we are actually getting 2 of the IG-88s in our pack here. So we're excited for that because it looks like you're going to be able, they're bounty hunters. So it looks like you're going to be able to take them in Rebel or Empire. And it looks like you're getting both the IG-88 version and IG-11, which is the, if I remember right, that's the designation for the one that was in Mando. So we're getting both of those in a single box, which is pretty cool. I mean, it adds to the list of droids, right? So that's going to be great. And then from there, we also got to take a look at our swoop bikes. That's the latest addition to the Shadow Collective there. And these swoop bikes are cool. I mean, we saw these in Mando. So there's, the models are fantastic looking. I do not have a box back for these yet, unfortunately. But what I find interesting here is if you take a look at the the guys here, you have this gentleman with a wrapped head, and you have this gentleman which kind of has a almost like a crabby kind of face. But then on the side art, you have the same race as you have Ahsoka here. So I'm wondering maybe if I'm hoping this just isn't just art, and maybe you get some alternative heads that you can throw on there so you can vary up your swoop bikes a little bit so they all don't look, you don't have the same. If you have more than one unit, you don't have the same two dudes riding the same bikes all over the place. That'd be great if they gave you some head swap options so you can change them up a little bit to give them at least a little bit of variance for your Legion games. But yeah, that is it for the previews, and I'll be honest with you, I'm super excited. I mean, granted, I have, especially from the Rebel side, I have a lot of the stuff that's going to come in Blizzard Force. That being said, who's to say you couldn't paint, like I said, alternative paint schemes, or you can give them different basing, so one looks like it's in Blizzard Force and then the other one looks like it came from Tatooine. Alternatively, you could also just paint and sell them if they're duplicates. Give them to buddies as tokens of if they need them, or what a way to suck somebody into Legion, right? Give them a Leia or a Chewie or something and be like, hey, this is cool, I painted this for you, why don't you check it out. The other thing too is for $150, can't beat the price. At any rate, Ministravaganza is continuing on. We got another fantastic preview for Marvel Crisis Protocol today. I'm hoping to do a video about that later on. But until then, guys, my name's Phil. This has been Yoshi's Painting. Keep slapping paint.